Today we're talking about something that's not a phone, not a laptop, not even a pair of earbuds, but something that really transforms your entire home theater experience. This is the 2.35:1 format 4K thin bezel fixed frame projection screen, and this one is a massive 300 inches, with a sleek cinema gray frame. Yeah, 300 inches. That's not a typo. This thing is a literal wall of entertainment. Now, before we even get into the details, let's just set the stage. Most people watching movies at home are either watching on a TV, maybe a 65-inch or 77-inch OLED, or if you're a little more into projectors, you've got something like a 100-inch or 120-inch screen. Those feel big when you're watching them, no doubt. But once you step up into this territory, 300 inches, 2.35:1 aspect ratio, fixed frame, you're basically bringing the movie theater into your living room, basement, or dedicated theater space. The whole vibe changes. Let's talk about what makes this screen special, because a screen is more than just a piece of fabric stretched across a frame. This one is a fixed frame design with an ultra-thin bezel. And just like with modern TVs, the bezel, or the border around the image, plays a huge role in how immersive the whole experience feels. With thin bezels, the picture really pops, it feels like it's floating in space, with nothing distracting around the edges. It's just you and the movie. The 2.35:1 aspect ratio is another huge deal. If you've ever watched a movie on a standard 16:9 screen, you've probably noticed those black bars at the top and bottom, especially when you're watching cinematic releases. That's because a lot of blockbuster films are shot in wider formats. With this 2.35:1 screen, those movies fill the entire frame, no wasted space, no black bars, just pure cinema. It's literally the format directors intend for you to see. And when you combine that with a screen this size, you're getting a level of immersion that's hard to describe until you actually sit in front of it. The screen material itself matters a lot, too. This isn't just white fabric. This one has a cinema gray surface, designed to improve contrast and black levels. One of the biggest challenges with projectors is contrast. Unlike OLED TVs where each pixel can turn off completely, projectors rely on reflecting light off a screen, which means blacks can sometimes look more like gray. A well-designed gray screen helps bring those blacks down while still keeping whites bright and colors accurate. That's especially helpful if you don't have a completely blacked out room. So even if you've got some ambient light, you're still going to get great picture quality. And speaking of quality, this screen is optimized for 4K projectors. That means the texture of the screen is fine enough to handle the pixel density of modern 4K images without introducing any unwanted patterns or artifacts. So if you've got a projector that can pump out UHD or even 8K content down the road, this screen is going to let the detail shine through. It's future-proof in that sense. Now let's talk size again. 300 inches. Just to put that into perspective, that's bigger than most walls in an average home. It's over 25 feet diagonally. If you sit in the right spot, your field of view is completely filled, just like at the front rows of a movie theater, but you're at home, with your own snacks, your own sound system, and no one kicking your seat. For gamers, imagine firing up your PS5 or Xbox on a display this size. It's borderline insane. And for sports fans? Watching the Super Bowl or NBA Finals on a 300-inch 2.35:1 screen is like hosting your own stadium. Now, a couple of things worth noting. First, installation. A fixed frame screen like this isn't something you just roll up and stick in a closet. Once it's on your wall, it's staying there. The frame is designed to be sturdy and perfectly tensioned, so the surface is always flat. That means no wrinkles, no waves, no distortions, it's just a perfectly smooth canvas for your projector. But it also means you're going to want a dedicated space for it. If you've got a home theater room, perfect. If not, you're probably going to dedicate a wall just for this. Second, because of its size, you'll want to pair it with a powerful projector. A standard entry-level projector isn't going to cut it on a 300-inch screen. You'll need something with serious brightness, ideally 3000 lumens or more, to really fill that canvas with vibrant colors. But the good news is, if you've already invested in a high-end projector, this screen will absolutely do it justice. I also want to touch on the build. The frame itself is sleek and has that cinema gray finish, which not only looks premium but also helps reduce reflections around the edges. It's basically the projection equivalent of a modern thin bezel TV. And because it's a fixed frame, you get that professional, theater-like appearance. This isn't something that looks temporary, it's furniture. It's part of the room. Now let's talk use cases. Obviously, movies are the #1 reason you'd pick a 2.35:1 screen. Films shot in widescreen fill the entire display, and it's jaw-dropping. But you can also